So which one is it? Okay.
The antique store. Wow. Yeah, it's on.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the August meeting of the Planning Commission. With that in mind, just wanted to read this. The Prince Edward County Planning Commission encourages citizens' participation in public meetings through in-person participation, written comments, and/or remote participation by calling 1-844-890-7777. The access code is 390313. Additionally, citizens may view the commission meeting live in its entirety at the county's YouTube channel, the link to which is provided on the county's website. With that, I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll just go around the table here just to make sure. Ken Copeland?
Present.
Brad Fuller?
Present.
Lou Gilliam?
Present.
David Hart?
Here.
Mr. Whitfield Page is absent. Jack Perry? Here. John Hogan?
Present.
And Mr. Rhett Weiss, you're joining us remotely?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Welcome, everyone. We do have a quorum. For the invocation, I think it's just important we recognize, and I'm sure you're seeing the traffic already, that our K through 12 students started last week, and both Longwood and Hampton-Sydney students have been rolling in, some of them last week, some this week, and classes do start Monday. I'm sure some of the businesses are happy. We'll see a lot more traffic in town, so just be aware. With that, I'd like to have everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we get started, do we have any conflict of interest disclosures for this meeting? Okay. Approval for the minutes. I reviewed the minutes. Has anybody else had a chance to review and find if there's any changes? I didn't see anything.
Move to accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, we'll go around the room again. Mr. Weiss?
I will abstain, Mr. Chairman. Unfortunately, I did not attend the last meeting.
No problem. Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Peary?
Yes.
Mr. Page, who is absent. Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Gilliam?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
And Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Pringerman, yes, minutes are approved. Tonight, we do have two public hearings. Mr. Love, if you could kind of give us an overview of the first one?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, members of the Planning Commission, the first public hearing is a consideration of a special use permit request by Lewis Huddleston for proposal to operate an antique and retail store at 27 Bayberry Lane, Farmville, Virginia. This is on Farmville Road. Bayberry comes off of Farmville Road. This is a 2-acre parcel denoted as tax map number 092-A-4B, which is on the east side of Farmville Road at its intersection with Bayberry. For transparency, this was an old antique store, and it was antique only. When Mr. Huddleston has bought this property and came to see me about getting a sign and started talking about what he wanted to do, and beyond antiques, he wants to have ability to have consignment items in there and also retail items. He has stated in his application he will not sell tobacco or alcohol, but he could sell anything that generally a retail store could sell would be permitted with this, and that is, with the nature of everything he wanted to do, it's beyond antiques.
Right.
By our county code, antiques have to be 30 years or older, and I don't have the expertise to critique items in that store and be able to certify that everything in there is 30 years or older, and I think he wants to have things that are newer than that, as well as antiques. So that's why we're here tonight for the special use permit. If it was just antiques, 30 years or older, he could have done it as a by right. This public hearing was properly advertised in the Farmville Herald. Adjoining property owners were sent notification letters. I had a representative of a neighbor contact me and just asked me some questions, but they didn't make comments for the record. I prepared staff recommended conditions, which is based on templates that we regularly use for such types of operations. And I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have of me. The applicant was aware of this meeting. I'm not sure if he couldn't make it or maybe he's running late, but he's not here right now.
Unfortunately, the application's very easy to understand. Other than I would avoid buying snacks or sodas at this store just in case they might be 30 years old.
Yeah, you don't want to buy antique snacks.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay.
VDOT did look at
Yes.
reevaluate the entrance, and even with the addition of the retail, not enough trips to generate any
Right.
upgrades on that. And you saw his little sign, it's just gonna be more of a shingle on the
Right.
existing post. It's there, so.
Well, with that in mind, I will open the public hearing. Do we have nobody on the call other than Mr. Weiss? Okay. Going once, going twice. We will now close the public hearing and discuss amongst the board here. Seems pretty straightforward. Don't see any concerns, but I just want to make sure if anybody on the board might have questions, either for Mr. Love or just between us here, relative to this special use permit.
It's like Rob said, it's pretty much
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah,
before.
right.
Basically what existed there.
Yeah, basically a different owner, a little bit of change with retail items that way.
He's not proposing to do anything additional to this, to the existing structure or
No.
anything like that.
No. With that, do we have a motion on the floor?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question locating the site about 30-year-old accident drink. Mr. Love, does this permit cover the sale of food and drink?
It could, he,
A 30-year-old couldn't.
I mean, yeah, I mean, as a retail store, I mean, for example, any retail store could carry products like that. He's not having a kitchen and doing prepared food, but it would be he could have prepackaged if he wanted to, with this.
Okay, so if he said, for example, hey, this current business concept isn't quite cutting it, quite enough money, whatever, just not getting traction, I want to start an old snack bar, or a restaurant, would he have to come back and get that approved?
Yes, a restaurant is a special use permit for us, so that would be a modification, an amendment
Right.
to this application.
Any other questions amongst the board? Okay. As you know, Mr. Love has put in conditions as normal, so if we're looking for a motion, I don't see anything in those conditions that would change anything, but I would like to see if there's a motion from the board, either for or against the special use permit.
I'll make a motion in favor.
Okay.
Recommend that the approval of the special use permit by Lewis Huddleston for proposal to operate an antique and retail store with the following, don't need to read all that.
No, you're okay.
I make a
As-
motion that
as
we
stated.
approve.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. We'll go around the room just in case.
And that is with the staff recommended conditions. Prepared-
Right.
Yep, make sure of that, okay.
Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Gilliam?
Yes.
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yeah.
Mr. Weiss?
Yes.
And Mr. Pringerman, yes. The special use permit has been approved by the Planning Commission, will be passed on to the County Board of Supervisors at a future meeting, September meeting. Okay, thank you. So that is the first special use permit. The second by Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir.
And you're Mr. Harris? Okay. Mr. Love, just give us a little overview.
Yes, so the county received a special use permit request from Stephen Harris to operate a sporting goods retail and a pawn shop at 3176 West 3rd Street, Farmville, Virginia. This building is an existing building, and it stretches across and encompasses, the parking lot encompasses 3 parcels. So it's 022A-1-21, 022A-1-22, and 022A-1-23. So the sum of those 3 parcels comprise the site. This is beside the C&L machine welding site.
Right.
The public hearing notice was properly advertised in the Farmville Herald. I had one call that asked if this was if this was Stephen Harris that runs the existing sporting goods, and I answered that question, and that was okay. That's the only comment I had from the public.
Okay.
You see the application, not substantially changing anything about the building itself, and the applicant is here, of course, that can give you an overview. I did have VDOT look at the existing entrances to make sure that the entrance was okay. It could get in and out of the parking areas, and VDOT had no issues with that. And county staff doesn't see any issue with the application.
Thank you, Ms. Love. Steve, would you like to come up just to the podium, give us a little overview?
Do you have to push this? No, okay. General overview is that we just stock and sell firearms, firearm accessories, ammunition and such. We're not really going to dabble too much with the hunting and fishing much more. We want to push more into our pawn shop side, which the warehouse at this building will provide that more spacious. We can sell online as well. That's pretty much the span of it. We do plan on adding some gravel to the parking lot. I added that in my initial plan, just to expand it a little bit.
Do you see a lot of work needing to be done in the building, or not really?
Mostly just Robert cleaning up some stuff that we
Yes.
left behind.
Any questions from the board for the applicant? Okay, well, appreciate it very much.
Do you own the building?
I do not, I will be renting it.
Mr. Harris?
I'm curious with availability of whatever security you're gonna have to put in place. I mean, you're not, there's no technology, lack of technology infrastructure or anything out there that would prohibit you from being able to put your alarm system or whatever else in there that you would need.
I spoke with a few of the internet providers in the area, so we will have decent speeds, luckily. I know some spots in Prince Edward are harder to get, some of them are still working to get there. And then we have a security system, all of our cameras are linked to our alarms, they detect motion and automatically will send me videos. And I spoke with the police department about having it compliant with their software, so that way they can also get videos of potential break-ins or any damage to the property or something like that.
Very good.
Just to prevent firearms getting into the hands of the public.
Right.
Well, not being sold.
If all goes well here and if it gets moved forward to the county board of supervisors, do you have a tentative opening date if everything goes through?
Not 100%, we're kind of basing that on approval.
Okay,
We have until November when our current lease ends.
Okay, that's what I was
ends.
curious.
So
Okay.
we'll just update it from there.
okay. So you're just looking at transitioning, once the lease is over, to the new property? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay. With that, we will open the public hearing. And nobody's on the call. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We will close the public hearing. With that, any questions amongst the board or comments? Again, pretty straightforward. I'd like to see if we have a motion from the board.
I move we accept, I'll make the motion
Okay.
that we accept the conditional use permit as
As the conditions are stated here?
it's
Okay.
stated, yes.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, we'll just go around the table. Mr. Weiss? Okay, Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Peary? Yes. Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Gilliam?
Yes.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
Mr. Prangaman, yes. The special use permit has been approved by the County Planning Commission, will be moved to the September meeting for the County Board of Supervisors. Mr. Harris, just thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, sir.
What time is that meeting on September 8th? You guys
They start at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, yes, sir.
as well?
Yes.
Yes, and be in the same location.
Their public hearings normally, they're advertised, normal start time for public hearings is 7:30. This room gets really full at just prior to 7 o'clock.
You hear about 6:30 then?
Yes, sir. I would recommend that.
Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Good luck.
Mr.
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to get there my vote, but I said yes.
Oh, yes, we did get that on the vote. Thank you, sir. Mr. Love, can you give us a review of supervisor actions?
Yes, since your last meeting, the Board of Supervisors approved the special use permit for Brandon Lawson. I don't know if you have seen some of our social media, but his young daughter led the room in a Pledge of Allegiance. It was real nice. So that was real good on that. He's got his sign permit and got his sign installed, so he's operating.
Okay, great.
So that,
His wife works at the Citizens Bank and Trust branch there on South Main. I went through there a week or 10 days after
Yeah.
that meeting. She called me by name.
Did she really?
about that.
I was very impressed.
Great. Okay, anything else?
Well, I got some items nothing under old, under new business, kind of leading into the next meetings.
Okay.
I put in your packet, we'll go over the first one. The data center, project at the HIT Park has been generating, a lot of public interest. A lot of, folks have been coming, to the board meeting and during their public comment section and making comments. Avio, who is the developer of this project, has scheduled an informational meeting on Thursday, August 27th, 2026, between 6 and 8 p.m. And this is at the Barbara Rose Johns Auditorium at the high school. This is a public meeting, information, it's basically their meeting to engage the public. We've been advertising, I sent you the flyer, receiving comments that they will questions and information that they will try to address at the meeting. You're all invited to attend. You all can attend. There's no, this meeting, but the meeting format, they're going to give they have a project presentation from 6 to 6:30, and then community answering questions and answers from 6:30 to 8 p.m. So it's really nothing that you all will have to, we're asking you to do.
You won't be meeting as a body.
Correct.
Same with the board, same with the IDA, you can participate. So, I'll just sit and
Yeah, we're just general public.
Fan that.
You're just general public.
Yes.
And we're hoping to be a lot of good information that there's a lot of questions out there that the public is concerned about, and we hope that this will bring some transparency and accountability to this project, and hopefully answer some questions that folks have been really wanting to get. And it gives the representatives an opportunity to engage and give a presentation. So that's that one. The next thing to get into, I had a little, and I put at your place setting, I got an email that we have engaged the Berkeley Group. If you remember from our comprehensive plan workshops and the plan itself, there's some statements in there that we would to look at the zoning ordinance and look at supplemental regulations for various uses. That will include battery energy storage. That's come to the forefront because the state of Virginia has added that solar sites can have that. So we need some supplemental regulations for that. Also, data centers is a topic. We'll be looking at that. And so the kickoff, they're having scheduled to have a joint listening session with the Planning Commission and IDA, and we're trying to have tentatively, these are the dates I put down. Right now, the lead is September 29th, and I believe we're trying to get Moton, is that correct? So this will be very similar in format to the comprehensive plan workshops where Berkeley would come in and go over things and give you information to digest. We're not going to be making any decisions at that point in time, but just working towards having supplemental conditions for various uses, which will include data centers. This was an action item actually in the comprehensive plan.
Yes, it was.
That we've talked about doing. So this will be a fulfillment of that, and we're glad that Berkeley will be able to get them back on board. As you probably remember, I guess, old business. The county administrator and I myself went to Caesars in Danville, and the county received an award, the Old Dominion Award he has there. That is for the comp plan, the work that was done with Longwood, Civite, and program for the symposiums that helped guide some of the policies and things that were put in there. Also kind of brought a lot of information to light from the student body of their interaction, and I think a lot of them want to interact more with county government and the community. So we're real proud to get that, and real proud of the work that y'all have done to get that plan put in place.
Rob, this proposed meeting, that's gonna be in Eden.
Yes, we're leaning towards the evening on that. Yeah.
Be a late afternoon, but we've got so many folks who are trying to coordinate.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I wanted to put this on your radar for the 20, I will be circling back an email back to confirm the actual window of time on that.
Piggyback, Bobby, so in the comp plan, we talked about data centers, there are issues associated with them, things you hear like noise levels, that you're seeing localities can set noise standards. Not only that, you can say, I want you to do a sound plan based on what's proposed, but then also after it's built, you come back and you do proof tests to prove that you meet the sound requirements. And a lot of them, talking 60, 55 decibels.
Yeah.
Maybe or lower at night. But you, again, trying to knock off and address some of the issues. One of the big issues and concerns has been the use of water. And frankly, we've said, hey, we're sitting down here with a $5.5 million permit at Sandy River. We can't do it without a customer. As of last week, they've come back and agreed they will use a closed loop cooling system, which is like a radiator in your car.
Yep.
They will use less than 30,000 gallons of water a day. Most of that is for the flushes for 150 employees. 30,000 gallons a day is 100 homes.
Yeah.
The average house uses 300 gallons. So, it definitely, I think, things like that take off. You could have a regulation, you could limit all future data centers to closed loop systems and take care of that. You could say you can't drill wells, if that was a concern. You can set noise limit, you can set additional lighting standards, building height, all those types of things. Berkeley has worked and has been working in other communities in these types of standards, and we'll bring ideas like that to you guys as we talk through it. I'm also, I'm taking Friday, chair and vice chair with us down in Mecklenburg. I'm going back on Monday, I've got one spot, Lou's going on Monday. If anybody is interested in tagging along, we're gonna go meet with Mecklenburg County folks and ask questions about what they ran into in the development of the data center down there, pros and cons, and then also, I'm a big believer in riding, taking a look at facilities, so just to be able to put your eyes on the development. So if anybody's interested, shoot me an email, let me know.
And right now, as the county, we don't identify anything regarding a data center, correct? There's no language at all right now. We don't have any language.
We allow them by right.
Yes, right.
They're allowed, but we don't have any
Right.
supplementary
Yes,
regulations.
exactly. Yeah.
So as far as the proposed data center, so you say there's no regulation, so if they would execute their agreement, we have to set the conditions prior to approval?
We need to set conditions now in the ordinance. We are literally years away from the development, because Dominion doesn't have the power.
Right.
Right.
But it's a great opportunity, as we talked to the comp plan, it's a great opportunity, we have time. Let's set some standards to make sure they meet what our community vision is for some type of development. And I think, again, I think seeing is believing. Last Friday, I got to go to one of the larger ones in the Richmond metropolitan area, and literally, Trey Powell was with us, who stood 15 feet from a data center building, and I've got a noise meter on my phone, less than 60 decibels, 15 feet away. Granted, generators are not running, but generators run during power outage, right? So, but it's good to help, I think, just to see these types of facilities yourself. And it helps me put in perspective everything you hear, either whether it's online or newspaper or wherever. And we probably have the opportunity to do that again. So if I get more than one person, we'll make another trip.
Is this facility, have they agreed to wait until they can tie into the grid, or is everything as far as power generation still on the table?
They're not going to be generating power.
Right.
They're going to be buying power off the grid. They have paid their $250,000 fee to ask Dominion about availability in the slot. So they're waiting to get power.
Okay, so they're not gonna put in their own power station
No.
for whatever it is.
No, and we can put that in the ordinance. Those are things we can say, they're gonna build a 3,000 megawatt power plant in Cumberland, right next door. That would supply 10 of these facilities if ever built. There's power coming onto the grid. It's gonna take a while before that's gonna be the mid-2030s before, the earliest before stuff like that can go on. But yeah, we could say you can only have backup power, emergency generator power. We could spell that out in our ordinance. We could say, we don't want you to build a small nuclear reactor and put it on site to generate power.
And just for context, a point of history, when we had Sekou Abdul-Sabar decide to locate Five Pillar Meats, and after the Darlington Heights site didn't move forward, we went in and created it. You all obviously made a recommendation. Any ordinance amendment is a public hearing process. Just anything that we come up with as a draft will be a public document and up for public hearing. But we put in supplemental conditions that wasn't in the ordinance at that time. Had never been in the county ordinance, even though a slaughterhouse or a facility had been on the books since probably the ordinance was created. So data centers was added to the county ordinance in the summer of 2020, and then in the industrial and commercial district. But we didn't, at that time, we didn't have a template, and we didn't have, they really wasn't prevalent. But we've got a lot of different localities we can look to. The consultants are going to help us with some draft suggestions. Some of the things we've already done, the Highway Corridor Overlay District that runs through and goes towards Worsham, all the lighting has to be cut-off fixtures. So when you ride by Wawa and Flagstop and Harbor Freight, their lights shine down, not up. So lighting, setbacks, enhanced landscaping, those are things that can be added in addition to obviously environmental stuff, like noise, like anything else, closed loop systems. So that's kind of where we're at. We'll be working, next few months, the fall, it'll take us through most of the fall.
It could fight 6 months.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the first year we've got.
Is the pond on site big enough to just use as its own closed loop system, or use just for that closed loop system?
So the problem you run into is water quality, so I guess you're saying, could you build the problem is most of their water now is gonna be used by toilet.
Yes.
They won't need necessarily water for the cooling system.
Because I thought they flushed the cooling system on a regular basis.
The one we went to Friday, they have outside trucks come flush it, they take it to a treatment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some pre-treat,
Yeah.
but. yeah,
Well, I guess
usually-
I'm just wondering if they can just recycle it in the pond
Yeah,
itself.
it's not a recycled system
No.
where you're running water, it's more of your radiator in your car. And you wouldn't just stick anything in your car radiator, you would make sure that's.
Right. Well, I guess it has
It's a closed loop
Yeah.
system.
It has glycol in it, right?
Some are glycol and some are not
Yeah.
glycol. That's a good question, but yeah, some use glycol and some are using other additives to help Usually it's not pure water.
I think two things. One, it'll be a challenge, but it's an opportunity because these things are in the news. You know, it's a fight for land or this battle or whatever, you know. I think you're going to hear a lot of that, and some of us already heard a little bit from the community, you know, residents of the community, you know, where's it going? What is it? How is this going to hurt us, you know, and everything? Because you hear stories from other communities, you know, not only in the state, but anywhere within the country. These things have been either fantastic or a disaster, you know, but it's because somebody built it right next to their new residential community or did this or did that, when nobody really knows where one's going to go in this county, should one happen, you know.
I think the really good part about the site that we have.
Yeah,
It's 280 acres, there's only about 75 to 100 that are really developable.
Right.
The Brary River, as it comes out, you've got a substantial floodplain buffer
Yep.
around the southern and eastern part of the site that will limit, I'll say, unlike Loudoun County, where you've got examples of a data center 150, 100 feet from a house.
yes, yes.
You're not gonna have that on the
No.
site because of the way it's laid out.
It's a good site if it would happen. You know, it's a good site right now.
We approved a water tower at the intersection.
Yes.
What was that for?
The IDA. For
That's
that-
what I thought, that was for the idea.
Yeah, a 1-million-gallon elevated water tank.
Right,
A
that's been
lot of that
approved.
is, it's fire suppression, all
Yeah.
the
Right,
system.
that's, yeah.
You know, a good portion of the buildings on the inside, they use a dry system.
Yes.
And Trey got to see that
Yeah.
in operation last week, that because of the amount of electricity you got going, that
Yeah.
you're not.
Don't
going
throw water on
overboard.
it.
They don't, that's the last thing you want.
Yeah, water and electricity.
And for transparency, community development, and that's all agencies, myself, Trey, the building office, we haven't met with the VIO. We haven't even begun development of site plans, civil work.
Well, that's-
So we've got plenty of time.
Well, I'm
The
saying we-
supplementals will help drive that, though.
Basically, we have to develop the ordinances before you can go ahead and get started.
That's
So,
right.
I mean, I don't know what all the street buzz is, but anyways.
Well,
Well, it's been enough.
But it
in the
gives us
nas-
good
it's
time.
been enough
yeah,
in the national news.
national news and,
The Loudoun County story I saw on the news a couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago,
yeah.
and there's a lady just, railing against the data center because it literally was 100 feet from a
Yeah.
residential development.
I've seen it.
Yeah, so,
I just want to say, to you all and anybody listening, I haven't signed any NDAs,
Yeah.
and I have not engaged the company.
Call
Every-
Robbie.
Yeah, so we don't have any documents or schematics or anything at this point, very early on. That's all I had.
Well, I think the data center industry is very much aware of all the concerns with noise, energy usage, and water usage. And I think they're working very hard to address that. And I think you will see more efficient data centers come online in the future. Well, would be my guess.
it's kind of like solar farms were earlier on, yeah. Nobody knew what or where, but they were against it,
Everything evolves.
everything. Any other business?
No, right now, our meeting is tentative for the September 12th. I don't have any applications, but I can't say we won't have it yet.
Right.
So I'll be in touch on that one, on the September 12th meeting.
With all that, I move we adjourn the meeting. Any issues with that?